Fashion and style was all the rage in a special Floral Park High School fundraising event.
So please rise up from those seats and make some noise for Marilyn Bird, escorted by her brother William Bird. Marilyn organized tonight's event.
The fashion show was organized by Marilyn Bird as a fundraising event for her brother William, who was diagnosed with an aneurysm around his aorta at the age of 12, medically known as Marfan Syndrome. Sports consumed his active lifestyle, but unfortunately after the diagnosis, he had to quit all contact sports or risk fatal damage. According to the Marfan Foundation, Marfan Syndrome affects 1 in every 5,000 Americans. William Byrd needed to adjust.
I wanted to do something that would give him a self-esteem boost, but yet at the same time inform the community about pediatric heart conditions. And William's diagnosis actually happened at an athletic screening. So he did not know that he had this heart condition. So I felt that we were the lucky ones, and I wanted to spread awareness and have people know the signs of pediatric heart disease and just make it an event that was family friendly.
As he's grown more mature, William Byrd understands and appreciates his sister's efforts.
First time I was a little too young and I didn't really pay attention too much, and I kind of did my own thing. But now I kind of understand, and I realize how important it is and how important she is and how much she kind of does care. And it's definitely nice to have someone who loves you that much.
It's phenomenal, absolutely awesome. She's an incredibly organized young lady who has raised a significant amount of money and had a phenomenal community affair, and also raised awareness for this rare syndrome known as Marfan Syndrome.
In 2010, Dr. Romano began treating William at Cohen's Children's Medical Center.
Guess what day it is? Hump day, yeah!
Ethan Demers is fighting Duchenne's muscular dystrophy, a progressive genetic disorder. He's the son of Floral Park English teacher Dustin Demers, who's a mentor and a friend to William Byrd. Since the first Heart for Fashion fundraiser was such a success, Byrd approached Mr. Demers about including Ethan's fight in this year's event to not only raise funds for Marfan Syndrome, but to also raise funds in the fight against genetic disorders.
Billy came to me with this idea that we should do an event together because of Ethan having his condition and Billy having his, and we could make it Heart for Fashion really about a genetics disorder. And that's what Ethan has. He has Duchenne Muscular dystrophy. And so from there, his sister Marilyn, who created the first Heart for Fashion, just built this amazing night for us.
Mr. Demers is a faculty member here at Floral Park Memorial. He was also William's 8th grade English teacher when William was first diagnosed. And he was a model in our first Heart for Fashion. And you know, no matter what, he kept everything very positive with Billy. And still to this day, he's a big role model in his life. And you know, no matter what, Mr. Demers always tells him, you know, Billy, what you did moving forward and changing your life is your role model for others. And now I want to involve Mr. Demers and bring attention to the genetic disorder community, because what both Billy and Ethan have are genetic disorders. So we wanted to bring attention to that now. I feel like we're fortunate enough to live in a town like Floral Park where everyone comes together and we're able to pull off something like this, because most towns aren't that fortunate.
The efforts by Marilyn Byrd have been recognized by everyone in the Floral Park community.
When you see the energy and the spirit that comes with this young lady, you can't help but want to jump on board. And having my own experience with Cohen's Children's Hospital and being a co-worker with Demers, it's right next to my heart. So, I mean, her inspiration, it's contagious.
We started with a genetics disorder platform because there's many students that we have that go through our program that are affected by genetic disorders. And the more funding we can get to research those disorders, we can impact the lives of students going forward.
Although no longer involved in contact sports, William Byrd has eased back into competition.
Some of the sports that we advocate for these youngsters are actually golf, and he's become an excellent golfer, and also baseball, for example, or sports can be played but not at the varsity competitive level.
For more information on Marfan Syndrome or ways you can contribute, go to marfan.org. For Push Pause in Floral Park, this is Archie Snowden.